Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 25th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far, and go Spurs go.
Go Spurs go. It's a big anniversary. We're going to be talking about that more throughout the morning. It's been 25 years since our Silver and Black won their first NBA title.
And we all remember it so clearly. It was a very exciting time in the city and for all of us fans here, Mike.
Oh, yeah, it was. Where were you? You know, we're sitting in my living room.
At home, like most of us, either watching or headed downtown to celebrate.
And seeing all the people out there celebrating. You know, and the neat thing about it was the celebration. Everybody had a great time, but there wasn't a whole, any problems with it, which is, a good testament to all these great Spurs fans. But, yep, everybody remembers that one. And then, 4 more after that. So, all right, take a look outside right now with temperatures. And we're trying to avoid talking about this. We're at 81 right now. That's the actual air temperature. 80 over there at Randolph, 81 Stinson, and the humidity is even higher than what it was at this time yesterday. We were pretty much at 74, 75, so now we've gained another degree or two. And again, 1 or 2 degrees with these dew points when they're up in the mid-70s does make a whole lot of difference. 78 is the dew point temperature in Randolph right now, 79 at Floresville, same thing at Nixon. So that's just ridiculously high amounts of humidity. It's kind of like what we had a few weeks ago with that ridiculously high humidity. So heat index readings, we're back up to seeing it. 90 is what it feels like at Randolph, 87 at the airport, 88 Stinson, as well as Floresville, Nixon. Heat advisory is going to affect at 1 o'clock up until 7 o'clock tonight for basically the I-35 and I-10 corridors, the northeastern chunk of our area. And there are going to be more heat advisories issued throughout the course of the week because nothing's going to be changing. Once again, we got a couple of these sea breeze showers that are showing up on radar right now, and that's going to be the situation throughout the day. We had a couple of them out there yesterday. If you get one of these showers, fantastic. Don't count on it, though. Mold is moderate, grass is low, and sun and shining clouds, mid-90s. So just on paper, we're fine with, as far as temperatures, but you got that humidity to deal with. So that puts the heat index up there, 105 plus. So the heat advisory and the rest of the week, just cut and paste and cut and paste and cut and paste. Subtle changes going into the latter portion of the weekend. We'll talk more about that in a second. Traffic authority right now. Mark, are you?
We're all doing it this morning.
All taking turns driving on this trip?
Yeah, and then we're going to talk to Alex in a second. Right now we're looking at 10 and Frio and stuff. I just checked. No accidents right now, but we do have some leftover construction.
Yeah, it looks pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and go live to Alex Gomez, who's on the roadway right now. How's it looking?
Well, good morning, Stephanie. Right now, I am on the north side right now, and it's looking good. 21 northbound over here by Thousand Oaks. The roadways are actually looking fine this morning. I'm going to drive around to the northeast side, see how those construction zones are looking. But I'm with our intern, Max. He's with me. He wasn't even born for the Spurs' 1999 championship, Stephanie. So hopefully we can get one soon.
Oh, my goodness. Well, yes, hopefully we can get one soon, and you'll have to tell him all about that excitement, though.
RJ is off today, so you'll have team coverage when it comes to traffic. And we'll talk to him coming up a little bit later in the newscast. New this morning, an overnight crash on San Antonio's far west side started as a mystery for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Happened around 1 a.m. when the BCSO says a driver crashed near the 14,600 block of Petranco west of Highway 211. When rescue crews arrived, no one was in the vehicle. BCSO says emergency crews searched for the driver on foot and used the Eagle helicopter, but the driver was not found. Sheriff's Office says the driver probably walked in the nearby wooded area. 2 hours later, the crash victim finally was located in that wooded area and taken to a hospital. No official condition was given. A martial arts school owner is facing charges after being accused of sexual assault of a child. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says they arrested 40-year-old Joseph Rene Caballero on Saturday. The victim is a former student of the school called the Exception Squad on Culebra. Sheriff Javier Salazar says she began receiving secret admirer-type notes from Caballero. The two developed a relationship, and Caballero allegedly sexually assaulted the 14-year-old girl. However, We're told there could be more victims out there.
Our goal with putting out this information is to, ask if anybody knows of any other victims, certainly anybody that may be involved with this martial arts school. Please give us a call.
So if you think you or someone you know could be a victim, call BCSO at 335-6000.
Well, the San Antonio Independent School District Board of Trustees voted to approve next year's school budget last night. The unanimous vote came after the district showed a presentation breaking down changes to its general fund, debt service fund, and child nutrition fund for next school year. The budget discussions last night included some revenue cuts to certain divisions, but specifics weren't mentioned. SAISD also mentioned budget enhancements like giving Martin Luther King Academy a new stipend and adding back some after-school programs to certain middle school levels. The problem is the district superintendent says financial struggles for SAISD aren't going away anytime soon.
I hear from families and staff and from the board, don't cut programs and service. And we have to cut programs and service.
SAISD says amendments are expected throughout the school year to this budget. The district also has to make a decision later this summer on a proposed tax rate increase.
The years-long battle between the U.S. Department of Justice and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is said to be finally coming to a close.
Well, according to court documents, Assange has agreed to plead guilty to his single charge under the Espionage Act. In exchange, he will avoid prison time. ABC's Perry Russum has a story.
After more than a decade of evading the U.S. Department of Justice, in just a matter of days, Julian Assange is expected to be a free man. According to court documents unsealed last night, the WikiLeaks founder, now 52 years old, will plead guilty to a single felony count under the U.S.'s Espionage Act. In exchange, he'll be sentenced to time served after spending the last 5 years in a British prison fighting extradition.
The cost to Julian, of course, has been to be deprived of freedom for all these years in the battle for journalistic freedom.
WikiLeaks releasing this video of Assange said to be boarding a flight out of London after the deal with the DOJ was made. Federal prosecutors accused Assange of publishing secret military documents and videos from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan with the help of Chelsea Manning, who at the time was an Army intelligence analyst.
In our release of these 400,000 documents about the Iraq War, the intimate detail of that war from the US perspective, we hope to correct some of that attack on the truth.
Assange's run from prosecution included years of hiding in Ecuador's embassy in London, his wife speaking outside prison before his release.
What starts now with Julian's freedom is a new chapter.
The Australian is a polarizing global figure.
I don't think you can go around publishing very, very confidential information and expect to get away with it.
We all deserve to know the truth about what goes on in this world, and I think he was very brave.
The plea deal still has to be approved by a judge. That court date is on Wednesday in Saipan, an island north of Guam that is a U.S. territory. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Back here closer to home, it is official. Texas State University will no longer be hosting a presidential debate that was set for September 16th and would have been the first presidential debate ever to be held in the state of Texas.
Well, Texas State says they stopped planning for the debate when the candidates announced they would not be following the Commission of Presidential Debates plans. Instead, the candidates agreed to a different format amongst themselves. So what happens now?
That is the good question. So the first presidential debate in the 2024 election is happening this Thursday in Atlanta. Both the candidates have agreed to no live audience, and one microphone will be muted while the other candidate is talking. We'll see how it works out. Well, back to our Spurs, switching gears to the San Antonio Spurs as we remember the first time they took home the championship trophy.
That was 25 years ago, back in 1999.
Well, right now we have a poll going and we want you to participate. We want to know where you were when you celebrated the Spurs' first NBA championship. And here are the options. And we're going to show you what that poll looks like. There it is right there. Were you at home 25 years ago tonight? Were you in downtown San Antonio? Were you at a sports bar? Or were you not even born yet?
I'm scared to see this poll.
I know.
Well, go ahead and go to ksat.com/poll and let us know. Meanwhile, 25 years ago, people here in the Alamo City were very excited to celebrate.
Oh, it's incredible. We're having so much fun here. It's been a long haul, and people have been working so hard, and it's just great to get it done.
We will be talking about this all morning. Oh my gosh, look at all that traffic on 281, and there are some of those downtown crowds, and Greg Mattson talking with one of the Spurs back in the day. We'll be sharing more memories throughout the morning. Hey, Avery, you can also read more about this on KSAT.com.
How cool to see that. Well, it was like the results looked like, I guess it was like 50% home.
At home.
And 50% downtown.
That makes sense if memory serves. And here's the great thing. Tomorrow night is the next NBA draft as the Spurs tried to put the final puzzle pieces together to make a 6th championship run.
Very exciting time here in San Antonio.
It is. 5:10, 80 degrees on your Tuesday morning.
Well, coming up in your Tech Bites, a looming fight for ownership between music publishers and AI developers over copyright could be worth millions of dollars. We're going to tell you why next.
And outside with live cam, morning clouds yet again. Not very showery right now. You pick up a few as you get closer to the coast. And as we go to break, some sights and sounds after the Spurs won that first title back on this date in '99.
This is a classy celebration here in San Antonio.
Party your behind off. Don't break the window of my car. None of that stuff. Okay? Don't do that. Don't break any window. Don't destroy anything. Just party. Get your drink on. Have fun. Smoke your stogie. And make a joyful noise. That's all you got to do.
Welcome back. Artificial intelligence back in the headlines because it's the subject of both a looming legal battle over copyright and a potential new tool for high schoolers. Here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the music industry is clashing with AI. Universal, Warner, and Sony music groups have sued AI startups Suno and Udio for allegedly using copyrighted recordings without permission. The suits are seeking $150,000 per song. Next, Google is making its Gemini AI available to teen students in over 100 countries. This update allows students 13 and older to use the AI chatbot with added protections. The service is free for educational institutions using Google Workspace for education accounts. Finally, YouTube is making your listening experience smoother. The new stable volume feature on Android and Google TVs automatically adjusts sound levels for consistent audio. This means no more sudden loud or quiet moments while watching videos. TVs sold with this feature sound like a deal you can't turn down. Those are your Tech Bites.
Okay. You're not sold on that, are you?
5:15, 80 degrees.
Okay, as we go to break, some sights and sounds of after the Spurs won their NBA title back in 1999. We're going to be sharing memories all day on air and online, but right now there's a look there at Drive Cam.
After seeing it all on TV, it then came out in print. Champs.
It's pretty legible.
And of all the images, there's probably none better than seeing the trophy. That golden, kissable trophy in the hands of our Spurs.
You're 55 and up. T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. Experience it all on America's largest and fastest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of unlimited for only $30 a line. Switch today.
You are bountiful. Your hair can grow 590 miles over your lifetime. It's in your nature to grow. Grow thicker, fuller hair with 1 capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
And we are back. RJ is off today, so we're all kind of handling traffic right now. Let's see how things are looking out there right now on TransGuide. And this shot right now is at, I believe, I-10 in Frio. Yes, it is. And Alex Gomez is out in Drive Cam. Alex, I know you weren't able to participate in the show yesterday, and people noticed they are missing, or were missing, your sparkling personality and your traffic reports. So folks are missing you. We're glad you're back this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back, Mark. It's a good thing. It's nice to hear, but the bad news is that there's a lot of traffic over here on the northeast side. If you're coming down 35 southbound, the main lanes are going to be closed right at IKEA Parkway. So that's where traffic is being diverted to the frontage road. This is where I'm at. We're bumper to bumper right now, barely moving. So the last time that I checked, the backup, the tail end of it is reaching Retama Park. So it's going to be quite the morning and quite the morning delays as the morning progresses, Mark.
All right, Alex Gomez and Drive Cam. Thank you, sir. Drive safely. We know you will.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's already, let's go 5:20. It's too early for traffic on 35, I think.
I was talking to somebody over the weekend that lives in Schertz and works at the Frost Bank building. I said, how do you do it?
Wow. Yeah.
And he said, a lot of patience. But some days it's just like,
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, because there's some people in Schertz who work in Austin but come back to Schertz. That's also.
There's some long commutes out there for sure.
But with all that traffic, I don't know. As long as you're moving, it seems okay if it's longer. But if you're sitting there, it's just anyway. All right, take a look outside right now, and hopefully, if you are sitting still, your air conditioning is working pretty good because you definitely need it. And beautiful, beautiful picture. We had all those blue skies. Some of those clouds moved on in here. Yeah, clouds are definitely going to be our friend. As long as they can block a little bit of that sun, we'll have sort of a mixture of them like we had yesterday. Got some clouds out there as of right now. And temperatures, the heat index, what it feels like when you step outside. We're back to, what was that, 3-4 weeks ago when we had that just ridiculously high humidity. Out at Randolph, it feels like 88, 87 Floresville at the airport, Port SA, and then just around 80 around Rio Medina as well as Bulverde. We do have a heat advisory, goes into effect at 1 o'clock up until 7 o'clock. San Antonio, Atascosa County up to the north and off to the east. So we're going to be seeing those heat index readings about 105, higher than that. And that's just where your body doesn't cool itself all that well. And again, got to emphasize, that's in the shade. You're out in the direct sun, you're not only feeling the air temperature and the apparent temperature, but also the sun's heating you up. So a lot of shade as much as possible. Once again, we've got a couple of sea breeze little showers coming on in here. There may be 1 or 2 of them. Similar situation to yesterday. You can just about cut and paste this forecast. So we're going to be in the 70s, but feeling about 10 degrees warmer than that throughout the course of the morning. Mixture of sunshine and clouds here and there. Doesn't matter what that number is, even though that's within 2 degrees of normal, it feels like 105 out there, and that is going to be the situation over the course of the next 7 days. We're just cut, paste each and every day. Low temperatures stay a good 3, almost 4 degrees above normal. High temperatures right around mid-90s. Again, those numbers aren't bad, but you got to factor in the humidity. Now, as we get in toward the weekend, there are some indications late in the weekend and next week that some of the afternoon humidity will start to drop a little bit, so we won't have as high a heat index reading in the afternoon. But now through the end of the work week, we're going to be seeing more heat advisories posted here and there around the area. Also notice what you're not seeing on that graphic.
Triple digits.
Anything is, well, triple digits, no, but any rain. So other than that little sea breeze shower.
We were thinking of the good news.
And then even long range going into the first week of July, it's not looking promising for rain either.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep our fingers crossed for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mike.
524, 80 degrees.
We'll get ready for a witty and fun mystery at the Majestic Theater. We're going to go backstage with the cast of Clue just ahead.
527, if you enjoy theater, mysteries, and board games, then boy, do we have something for you. A show including all 3 is coming to San Antonio's Majestic Theater.
Our Eric Hernandez goes backstage at the theater to show you what you can expect in Clue, the play.
If you're looking for a fun murder mystery play, the national tour of Clue is coming to the Majestic Theater. We spoke to one of the actors who talked to us about the comedy that's based on the famous board game and the 80s classic movie.
Wadsworth is the butler, and he sort of has to sort of bring all of these disparate characters together for an evening under the guise of sort of getting to the root of what they all have in common and why they're all being blackmailed, essentially. And through the course of it, it gives loving nod to, Agatha Christie novels where people start popping up, people start, things start happening, and then it turns into a whole nother agenda. In the movie, there's several different endings, and in the stage adaptation, there's a really clever way that kind of works on stage to sort of give a loving nod to that as well. One of the greatest things about doing this particular tour is just seeing how much joy it brings people and how wonderful it is for people just to laugh. It's nice to, I think we're in a time where people need to laugh a lot more than we are.
For showtimes and ticket information, just go to KSAT.com. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Looks like a fun show. Right now, 529, 80 degrees.
Well, still ahead, federal prosecutors have had enough with Boeing. They say it is time for the DOJ to put the aerospace giant on trial. Why they and the families of crash victims are pushing for prosecution.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It is June 25th. If anyone has seen RJ, let us know.
Aw. No, he's just not here this morning.
He's off today. We're going to talk to Patty coming up. We invite her to come out and stand up here and say good morning to you, but she's like,
not yet.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good for the moment.
There's the fourth seat at the table right here.
She's good.
We will talk to her later, though. Right now, we'll talk to you.
Yes. I don't know if you want to hear what I have to say because it's very hot and humid out there, and it ain't gonna get any better. Excuse my grammar. We do have some clouds hanging around here this morning. Pretty much an exact repeat of what we had yesterday. We've got temperatures that are just way up there this morning at 86. Now, this is what it feels like when you factor in the humidity. 87 at Stinson as well as at Randolph, 86 in Floresville. And remember a few weeks ago when we had that just ridiculously high humidity out there? Well, that's pretty much what we have as of right now. And so that's prompting heat advisories to go into effect at 1 o'clock up until 7 for pretty much the northeastern, almost northeastern quarter of our viewing area, right along the I-35, I-10 corridors. So we're going to be seeing those heat index readings up to 105 and even higher than that in many locations. And this is a graphic we're going to be showing pretty much all week long because there are going to be more heat advisories issued in one way, shape, or form over the course of the week. We've got a couple more of those sea breeze showers this morning, like yesterday. One or two of those will try and work their way a little further up to the northwest. If you get a shower, great. Don't bank on it, though. Mold is moderate, grass is on the low side, and throughout the rest of today, we will make it up to the upper 80s, close to 90 by noon, right there, 92 at 2 o'clock, 94 then at 6, but we'll top off at 95. But again, what really matters is that heat index, which is going to be well up into the hundreds. Any sort of relief in sight as we head into the last weekend of June. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, like we said, RJ is, maybe he's driving around somewhere.
I doubt that.
I hope he's asleep. I hope he's asleep.
You never know. He's not on the roadways, I don't think. Well, here's a shot right there where things are looking good. I think it's I-10 at Frio. And I was looking at the TxDOT website. Doesn't look like there's anything too big going on, just normal construction around the area.
I think we're going to check back in with Drive Cam and Alex Gomez, still out there on the northeast side. Alex?
Yeah, that's right, Mark. 35 southbound. I'm on the frontage road right now, right at Topperwine, because the main lanes of 35 south on the northeast side were closed because of construction. But moments ago, check this out, to my left, I'm starting to see cars on the main lane. So it does look like construction has wrapped up. Hopefully these drive times are going to get better because it's pretty slow out here. But again, the main lanes, it looks like crews are done and have reopened on 35 southbound. So hopefully we can start moving again, Mark.
All right, that is a hopeful sign. Alex Gomez and Drive Cam, thank you, sir. Talk to you coming up. Well, federal prosecutors should face criminal charges. They're formally recommending the Justice Department pursue prosecution.
Meanwhile, families of people who died in Boeing's 2018 and 19 crashes are taking new legal action of their own. Amy Kiley has the update.
You have to hold them accountable in order to make a safety culture.
Federal prosecutors are asking the Justice Department to criminally prosecute Boeing as families of crash victims take their own action in court. In a motion yesterday, they ask a federal judge to appoint an independent monitor for Boeing. It's a renewed request in light of recent safety concerns.
And what we've been asking for the whole time is for no third crash.
Meanwhile, pressure is growing for the DOJ to file criminal charges against Boeing. Federal prosecutors are recommending that step for alleged 737 MAX safety issues.
The company always says, you know, all our products meet or exceed all safety standards. That's not true. I mean,
This whistleblower says he thinks prosecution is the right call.
There was several individuals that made very conscious decisions. They knew what they were doing. They knew they were taking risks.
The Justice Department is still deciding about charges, according to a source familiar with the matter. Its own investigation is ongoing, but the department does say Boeing likely violated terms of a deferred prosecution agreement from 2021. Boeing denies that and says it's improving its approaches to company culture and safety.
We understand the gravity, and we're committed to moving forward with transparency and accountability.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
In other news this morning, the Biden administration's student loan repayment plan is facing more legal challenges. Lawsuits from Kansas and Missouri claim the Biden administration's saving on a valuable education plan overstepped its authority. The plan lowers borrowers' monthly payments. A judge in each state approved partial preliminary injunctions just yesterday. That means two parts of the plan will be halted while the cases are litigated. The SAVE program has canceled $5.5 billion in student loan debt for more than 414,000 people. Back here at home, summer just started, but kids may already be getting a little restless for something to do.
Well, this morning, our Patty Santos has some free ideas, including some Independence Day celebrations coming up this weekend. But first, though, Patty, you have a story about a local student who is representing San Antonio in New York City this week.
Yeah, how exciting. What a trip for her this summer, right? We're talking about a Bonham Academy fifth grader who's representing San Antonio in the 2024 NBA Math Hoops Global Championship this week. Camila Ramirez, along with her family, is exploring New York City as she takes part in the competition, which starts today and runs through Friday. It's also during the 2024 NBA Draft Week. Now, throughout the year, Ramirez competed in the local Spurs Math Hoops program. To qualify for the New York trip, she had to play a minimum of 25 NBA Math Hoop games. She and other kids were selected from over 200,000 students to participate nationwide. Ramirez, along with other students, will also attend the NBA draft at Barclays Center in Brooklyn tomorrow as part of the all expenses paid trip. Well, teaching kids how to swim is essential for a lifetime of fun and safety in the water. That is why there are multiple opportunities for kids to learn the valuable skills for free across the city of San Antonio. The Let's Swim essay lessons are offered at the city's 24 outdoor pool locations. One is happening this week. However, another session is kicking off starting in July 8th through the 19th. And we checked, and as of this morning, sessions are still available. We have a link to this story and a whole lot more kids content on KSAT.com. Mark?
All right, thank you, Patty. Right now, 5:39, 80 degrees.
Well, imagine getting a kidney transplant while fully awake. We're going to show you the newest medical breakthrough and how it could help thousands still waiting for a transplant next.
And outside with live cam as we go to break, some sights and sounds after the Spurs won their first NBA title on this date back in 1999.
After seeing it all on TV, it then came out in print. Champs.
It's pretty legible.
And of all the images, there's probably none better than seeing the trophy. That golden, kissable trophy in the hands of our Spurs.
.543, imagine getting a kidney transplant and being awake through the entire process.
Well, ABC's Rihanna Nally shows us how doctors came up with this medical breakthrough and what it means for thousands needing kidney transplants.
This morning, a medical milestone in Chicago.
Are you awake, John?
28-year-old John Nicholas is now the first patient at Northwestern Medical to undergo a kidney transplant while fully awake.
It's just a boost of energy to the team to be able to look back and say, we
potentially change the way that kidney transplant can be done.
Instead of general anesthesia, which is typically used for this surgery, doctors gave Nicholas a single spinal anesthesia shot, similar to what's used during a C-section. The entire procedure was performed in less than 2 hours.
We placed the spinal in the operating room with a little bit of sedation, and then that was the main anesthetic. It was incredibly simple and uneventful.
The revolutionary surgery paving the way for life-saving kidney transplants in patients who can't have general anesthesia, while also cutting hospitalization for kidney transplants from 3 days to just 24 hours.
Give an incredible gift to a friend is always a good feeling in your heart.
That's 29-year-old Pat Wise, Nicholas's donor and best friend since elementary school. Wise says when he got a text about donating, he didn't hesitate to sign up.
We've always said to each other that we're ride or die friends, and that we're always kind of with each other for life. But actually having such a bona fide example where we've got each other's back, it meant the world to me.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Amazing. 545, 80 degrees.
Well, as we go to break, let's go ahead and go to Drive Cam first and check on Alex Gomez's style. He's still kind of stuck there, but he says he sees some cars slowly getting onto the highway, so that's a good sign there on the northeast side of town.
And now more sights and sounds.
After seeing it all on TV, it then came out in print. Champs.
It's pretty legible.
And of all the images, there's probably none better than seeing the trophy. That golden, kissable trophy in the hands of our Spurs.
Welcome back, 548. RJ is off today, so we're all handling traffic duties.
Yeah, let's go outside and see what it's looking like right now. And this shot, I think is this Highway 90 at General McMullen? Okay, yes, and that one looks pretty good at this hour. And looking at Loop 410 and Babcock Road, that looks pretty good as well.
Yeah, no accidents to report as of the last check, and we still had a lot of leftover construction around town. And Alex Gomez is here this morning. He's out on the roads right now for all of us, and let's check in with him. Hey, Alex.
Well, good morning, Mark. Right now, this is going to be the northeast side. It looks like construction has wrapped up over here because, check it out, I'm on the main lanes again. The main lanes have reopened, 35 southbound over here by Thousand Oaks. Drive times should be getting better for our 6 o'clock drivers who are about to hit the roadways now, Mark.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. He's out there with our KSAT intern, Max, this morning, and we'll talk to them coming up throughout the morning. Thanks, guys. Be safe.
Yeah, good news. That traffic's moving.
If you have to get out and do anything, do it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to try and beat the heat, like walking dogs, anything like that. Yeah, because we're going to have those heat index readings well up into the hundreds later on today. Some clouds out there, but yeah, I mean, even in the shade, it's going to feel like it's 105 or even hotter than that. So take a look. Here's something to make you forget the heat. All these, well,
I've forgotten, Mike.
Once that pops up there, I know. So, yes, and you're probably feeling a little blue with some of this weather right now. Yes, indeed. There we go. Now we add some color to it. Look at these beautiful flowers. Lantanas. Okay. Pink and yellow. How gorgeous are those? Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of the vegetation is still loving all the rain that we had last week, and hopefully it lasts for a while because we're not going to be seeing much of anything coming up here in the in the future, near or far. All right, here's a look outside, looking off to the east, right around 410 at Broadway, and I got a couple of clouds out there. It feels like it's 86 degrees at the airport. Same thing over there at Randolph, and let's see, 85 is what it feels like in Floresville as of right now. We do have the heat advisory that has been issued, goes into effect at 1 o'clock up until 7 o'clock for the kind of northeastern almost quarter of our viewing area. So again, those heat index readings in the shade will be roughly 105. And then as we continue on into the afternoon, we may see one or two of those slight little, sea breeze showers that are popping up here along the coast as of right now. One or two of those may try and move on in here later on today. Temperatures will make it up through the 80s today at noon and then top off at 95. But again, feels like it's going to be about 10 degrees hotter than that because we're not getting the afternoon break in the humidity. And if you look at what's going on around the country, big storms in the Great Lakes, that's really the only activity. Otherwise, this big circle right here, that is the high, which is parked just to the west of us and pretty much just sitting right on top, although far enough off to the west to allow some of those sea breeze showers to come on in here. This thing is going to be staying pretty much in place over the course of the next, the rest of the week. And then the center of it wants to slide off just to the northeast of us. Now that does get us into a little more of a flow coming in here off the Gulf, or at least tries to get something coming on in here. You know, it's not parked right on top of us, but it's still going to be very, very hot. And that'll be the situation going into next week. But we're not seeing anything that is good forming up there. There may be something trying to form up in the Caribbean moving into the Gulf by perhaps sometime next week. But again, there's just nothing, you know, looking at all the computer models and everything to go, oh, look, here's a rain change. No, nothing out there, unfortunately. We're going to have a very consistent forecast over the course of the next couple of days, actually the next 7 days, mid-90s, but factor in the humidity. There may be a bit of an afternoon break in the humidity, a little bit more kind of that usual summer pattern we get into by late in the weekend next week. But other than that, watch the heat, watch the humidity, lots of water, watch the pets, everybody.
All that kind of stuff. I had a buddy post yesterday a meme, and I want to share it. It says, all you 100 degree is better than 32 degree people. Better get outside. It's your time to shine.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
553, 80 degrees.
Well, coming up, moving is tough, but imagine taking a whole building with you to your new location. We're going to show you how one such apartment building was relocated in Wisconsin.
Check this out. A whole apartment building was moved to a new location. This was up in Madison, Wisconsin. The 400-ton, 110-year-old brick building was put on wheels and rolled down the road in a very ambitious relocation project. Move cost roughly $500,000, which the building's owner says was worth it, and repurpose a perfectly good housing unit, moving 1 inch or 2 at a time. Well, ahead in the next hour, GMSA, a play based on a world-famous board game coming to San Antonio. Some clues on what audiences can expect here in the Alamo City. Plus, a centuries-old cemetery has the attention of several history buffs in San Antonio. Why they want it restored in Jesse Degollato's final edition of History Untold. And up next, our celebration continues of the anniversary of the Spurs' first championship win on this date 25 years ago in the year 1999. Some great silver and black memories. Right now, going to Drive Cam as we check out conditions on the road right now with Alex Gomez and our intern Max out there. We have complete coverage coming up in our next hour.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts.
This is a classy celebration here in San Antonio.
Party, you're behind all. Don't break the window of my car. None of that stuff.
You need to do
don't do that. Don't break any windows. Don't destroy anything. Party. Get your drink on. Have fun. Smoke your stogie. And make a joyful noise. That's all you got to do.
Some great memories of the San Antonio Spurs on the eve of the next NBA draft. We're celebrating a 25th anniversary of their first title. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock on your Tuesday, June 25th.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 25 years. We were just talking earlier. We have an intern. His name is Max, and he was not even born when this happened.
The producer for our last hour, I don't think he was born either, but the rest of us, we were here.
Yeah, we were here.
In some form or fashion, and we're going to talk more about that all morning. We've got more great clips, and we've also got a poll we want to share with you. Where were you on this night 25 years ago as the Spurs beat the Knicks for their first title?
That's right. We can't wait to hear from you, but for now, we're going to go ahead and hear from Mike, and of course, you remember.
Oh, yeah, and just the sheer number of people downtown, and like I said, 281, didn't they had to close because it was just a massive cars down.
Absolute standstill. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great to see. So, all right, more on that. A lot of clouds hanging around here. Beautiful little hole right there with the orange trying to show through. We're going to keep a lot of clouds around this morning. More in the way of sunshine later on this afternoon, which is only going to help to heat things up. We're at 80 right now. The normal low is 74. So do the math. Yesterday, we actually tied a record for the warmest low temperature. It stayed at 79 degrees, and we're going to be in that vicinity again today, but pretty much a dominant number of 80. And then these numbers are the ones that really make the difference. This is very similar to what we had a few weeks ago. Remember that one day we hit 117 for the heat index, and we're not going to be seeing that, but we have those very high heat index readings because these dew point temperatures are well up into the 75, 76, even higher than that. 78 there at Nixon. I mean, that is just beyond even tropical rainforest kind of humidity. So heat index readings, feels like 87 at Stinson right now. Same thing at Port SA and 86 out at the airport. Heat advisory. This is in the shade. All the numbers, I got to emphasize that, are in the shade. If you get out in the direct sun, you're actually being heated up by the sun as well as the air temperature. But this goes into effect later on this afternoon for those heat index readings that will be up around 105 or higher than that. Couple little sea breeze showers again. There'll be one or two of them down there along the coastal plain. It's pretty much going to be about it. Mold's moderate. Grass is on the low side. The updated count is going to come out in a couple of hours. Temperatures will warm up through the 80s this morning, and then we get into the mid-90s. So really not on paper, as far as number-wise, we're just about where we should be, 93 being the normal high. But again, you got to factor in that humidity. So add roughly 10 to that. That's what it's going to feel like. Any sort of a break in anything coming up. We'll take a look ahead in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Austin is the one behind the wheel this morning. Please drive carefully.
And Ms. Cerna as well.
She's just giving you directions on where to go.
That's also true, like an old married couple. We just found our first accident in the morning.
Yes, this one's happening eastbound Loop 410 at Evers Road, so be aware of that. Of course, you're not looking at that right here. This one's a shot of Highway 90, but there is a crash reported there, so just be prepared for lanes being blocked again, eastbound Loop 410 at Evers Road.
From TransGuide to Alex Gomez out in Drive Camp. Good morning, Alex. What's the latest?
Well, good morning, Mark. I'm on the west side right now. I'm on 90 headed westbound near General Hud now. So I'm going to go check out that accident that you just mentioned at 410 in Evers. But right now, most of the highways have been looking green right now on the maps. Green means go. And don't forget, Mark, go Spurs go.
All right, Alex, thank you very much. We'll talk to Alex later in the hour. Top stories this morning. A martial arts school owner is facing charges after being accused of sexual assault of a child. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office said they arrested 40-year-old Joseph Rene Caballero on Saturday. The victim, a former student of the school, called the Exception Squad on Culebra Road. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says she began receiving secret admirer-type notes from Caballero. The two developed a relationship, and Caballero allegedly sexually assaulted the then 14-year-old girl. However, we're told there could be more victims.
Our goal with putting out this information is to, ask if anybody knows of any other victims, certainly anybody that may be involved with this martial arts school. Please give us a call.
If you or someone you know could be a victim, call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 210-335-6000.
Well, a San Antonio teenager who was shot by a former San Antonio police officer appeared in court yesterday, but not for that case. Eric Cantu is facing 2 charges of evading arrest in 2 cases that happened after he was shot. The Bexar County District Attorney wants to recuse itself from prosecuting these cases, and Erica Hernandez explains why and what a judge decided.
Remember this teen, Eric Cantu, who was allegedly shot by SAPD officer James Brennan back in October 2022. Well, now he's in court on his own felony charges. Right now, the state is trying to recuse himself from the case. The judge today denying that request from the state, so now they will have to proceed for. Eric Cantu will be back in court later in July. As for Officer James Brennan, who allegedly shot him, he is heading for trial in November.
Thank you, Erica. There is a new push for mental health resources in America. The American Foundation of Suicide Prevention just finished advocating in Washington. This comes as they near the 2-year mark of establishing the 988 Mental Health Crisis Lifeline. On July 16th, that foundation will mark 988's 2-year anniversary. AFSP's Julia Hewitt says the moment 988 launched, it had an immediate impact. But more work, they say, needs to be done. In the past couple of years, the U.S. experienced 1 suicide every 11 minutes. And suicide was the second leading cause of death for people between 10 and 14 and between 25 and 34 years old.
Part of the reason why AFSP is so relentless in ensuring that these legislative efforts are being made and that we're trying to get the support that we can.
AFSP now pushing for 3 new bills. Those include funding for follow-up resources and to improve 988's ability to respond to those in need. For a closer look at all 3 of those bills, visit KSAT.com.
Well, Texas State University will no longer host a presidential debate. It was set for September 16th and would have been the first presidential debate to ever be held in the state of Texas. Well, Texas State says they stopped planning for the debate when the candidates announced they would not be following the Commission of Presidential Debates plans. Instead, the candidates agreed to a different format amongst themselves. So what happens now? Well, the first presidential debate in the 2024 election is this Thursday in Atlanta, Georgia. Both candidates have agreed to no live audience, and one mic will be muted while the other candidate is talking.
KSAT is your home for election coverage throughout the entire election cycle. Scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Vote 2024 page where you can find everything you need to know about our local, state, and national elections. Right now it's 6:08, 80 degrees.
Well, after the break, a centuries-old cemetery, forgotten over the years, is getting the attention of several history lovers in San Antonio. Why they want it restored in Jesse Degollato's final edition of History Untold.
Can't wait to see it. Outside with live cam right now. Morning clouds, the sun is trying to come up. And as we go to break, some sights and sounds after the Spurs won their first NBA title this day back in 1999.
After seeing it all on TV, it then came out in print. Champs.
It's pretty legible.
And of all the images, there's probably none better than seeing the trophy. That golden, kissable trophy in the hands of our Spurs.